Hi, I'm AK and welcome to my channel Artistic K-pop, and let's move on to the video. Recently idol Soojin was accused of bullying in school by her former classmate's older sister, and later on other classmates also stepped up to accuse her of bullying. On that note, Soojin posted her second response to all these bullying allegations and spoke from her point of view on the matter. In the statement she talked about the issue by giving 10 points in detail, which reads as 1. The reason I knew her wrote the post for some time before the expose was uploaded. I've heard from other schoolmates that schoolmate B is asking around for my photographs. As we were close for a short time during my school days, I still remember the name of schoolmate B's unni. And so when I first saw the accusatory comment containing the initials on Wiki, I could guess who it was from the Instagram username. I want to make it clear that it is not because I bullied schoolmate B that I knew the identity of schoolmate B. 2. The overturn of claims about thrombocytopenia, TCP. Ever since the first accusatory post, schoolmate B and the unni have been claiming that due to the stress caused by me, schoolmate B got TCP and had to be hospitalized repeatedly, and that this is confirmed. But when schoolmate B's unni and my agency representative met, the unni said schoolmate B's condition flared up around the third year of middle school, which is a long time after the period of school violence which allegedly took place. The unni even suggested that the condition may not have been caused by school violence. After that meeting, they overturned their claim that schoolmate B's TCP is caused by the alleged school violence, but instead insisted that there could have been some influence in its development, though unverifiable. When the public decided that the TCP part may not be completely true, they ultimately deleted the post containing the TCP story. 3. The argument over the phone. First of all, when I met up with schoolmate B, I sincerely apologized multiple times for having cursed her out over the phone. But I cannot acknowledge any part of the juice incident. When I wrote my first statement, I remembered the telephone conversation, but I did not remember the juice incident as they have detailed. Hence, I used the expression that I do not remember the issue. Looking back, however, I see that my statement could have caused confusion, and so I accept all reprimands about it. Here's how I remember the day. Schoolmate B and I said we would hang out, and I got to the location first to wait for schoolmate B. She did not come even after some time had passed. When I contacted her, she said she actually could not come. That was not the first time that schoolmate B had done something like that to me. As I was young, I could not hold it in and I cursed her out over the phone. That phone call was between me and schoolmate B, and no one else had been present during the call. It is clearly my fault that I did not express myself nicely, but it had not been to bully schoolmate B. The moment I started cursing, schoolmate B's unni took the phone. Then the unni, who was already an adult, started scolding and cursing at me, a middle schooler. I said sorry and hung up. During this part of the call, the unni did not mention the juice incident at all, and I was unable to explain why I got mad at schoolmate B. Although schoolmate B said she got money from her unni and gave it to me, I did not accept any money at all at that point in time. After this phone call, schoolmate B and I drifted apart. I have never bullied or been violent or taken possessions from schoolmate B. In fact, apart from the situation above, I have never bullied anyone. During the meeting between schoolmate B and me, I mentioned how the unni also cursed at me, and at first, schoolmate B stated that she was with her unni the whole time listening to the conversation and that the unni did not curse. However, as the meeting progressed, schoolmate B did speak as if she was acknowledging that the unni did curse at me. Then later that night, through an Instagram live broadcast, schoolmate B's unni said she remembers everything she said during the call, hence acknowledging that she did not merely reprimand me over the phone that day. 4. The physical education class incident. According to the unni, schoolmate B heard student O call student Kim as student Nam during PE class, and that schoolmate B laughed at what happened. Then, allegedly, student O told me what happened so that I scolded schoolmate B in front of a lot of other students in the corridor near the bathroom. Student O and I were merely schoolmates, and it is false that student O told me about the above-mentioned incident. Also, student O confirmed that there was only one PE teacher in school at that point of time. And as 7th graders, student O and student Kim could not have taken PE together as they weren't from the same homeroom. I don't understand how the name-calling even happened if they couldn't have been in the same class. As it was claimed that the incident happened in front of many students, I tried to confirm it with other schoolmates. There was no schoolmate who could verify what had happened. Student O, student Kim, and I all confirm that the incident did not happen, as it simply couldn't have happened. 5. Regarding the DMs they cited as proof and the alleged school violence committee meeting, it is true my mother once came to the school due to a school violence committee meeting being held. The meeting was, however, held over an incident in which I was blamed, though I had no involvement. I remember how my mother came out of the meeting room crying. My mother was never rude to anyone. After the meeting, the teachers talked to the students privately, and through that investigation, it was revealed I was not at fault. Does this mean I admitted to a school violence committee meeting? Like I explained above, that meeting revealed that I was made a scapegoat over a different school bullying incident. My mother was made to attend the meeting over something I didn't do. Can this still be seen as me acknowledging that the committee was holding a meeting because of me? During the meeting with schoolmate B, we talked about the committee meeting as well. As it was a private committee, I explained what happened during the meeting, to which she was unable to say anything. Then, after a long period of silence, she said she did not know much about my mother. She spread information about my family without really knowing about the committee meeting. During the meeting, I clearly expressed that I was not relevant to the school violence committee issue. Yet, in her blog comment, schoolmate B shared what I said without context and only mentioned the part about me acknowledging the fact that there was a school violence committee meeting. Even though there is an audio recording to verify what I said, schoolmate B and the unni insisted in the interview with a reporter that I did not acknowledge anything during the meeting with them. Then, a few days later, they began spreading that I acknowledged there having been a committee meeting. 6. The reason I opted to send a representative instead of personally showing up at the first meetup after the accusatory post first went public. My agency did the unni requesting that schoolmate B and I meet up. The unni, however, said that schoolmate B felt uncomfortable with seeing me and turned down the in-person meeting between us. The agency respected this decision and suggested that a representative attends in my place. I wanted to speak with schoolmate B personally, but as we received the DM that schoolmate B felt uncomfortable with me, I opted to have someone represent me instead. I was not trying to avoid her at all. During the meeting I had with schoolmate B, she acknowledged that she knew I requested to meet up first as well. 7. The friend who danced with me during graduation. I remember I got along with this friend from the senior year of high school onwards, but we did not keep in touch after graduation. We didn't hang out together in school, but I remember hanging out with her after school. I thought we were close friends as I knew about the ongoings of her family. I never asked her to come over and eat at my house a day or two before graduation only to make her memorize a choreography. She and I practiced together for a month and a half at my place. My dad even remembers who that friend is, as well as how the unit downstairs contacted him about the noise we ended up making. I emailed the music files over a period of few months, and this I can verify as the sent receipts exist as proof in my inbox. 8. Regarding the Instagram posts from actress Soojin, just as my first statement mentioned, I have never conversed with actress Soojin during my school days. Before this whole thing, I didn't even know which class she was in. I never put cigarettes on her desk or stole her graduation letters. In fact, this is the first time I heard about such rumors. That goes to show how little I knew about the schoolmate Soojin. I have never bullied her or cursed her out. Every time I released a statement, actress Soojin also posted something, making a lot of people believe that I have bullied her. My agency tried contacting hers, but there has been no response. I have nothing to hide. So I hereby request actress Soojin to make herself clear with an official statement on this issue. 9. Regarding the padded jacket incident, I don't know how to clarify this as it did not happen. I can, however, explain why the allegation made by this accuser should be difficult to believe. The accuser claimed that in 7th grade, I slapped her and drew on her padded jacket with a marker. This is not true. The accuser also insisted that during the time of the alleged bullying, a friend stepped up to help and comfort her. As I've checked with this friend, the person in question does not remember having done so. When the public requested the accuser to prove that the jacket had been scribbled on, she claimed that she sold it. And she sold it recently, not back when it happened. This means a padded jacket from a decade ago was sold. The accuser then asked the buyer to send a photo of the purchased jacket. Based on that chat log between the accuser and the buyer, the scribbles had not been erased at the time of sale. The buyer, however, replied that the scribbles probably washed off since the purchase. It is hard to believe that a decade-old scribble would have washed off so easily. It is also hard to believe that the accuser would have left my alleged scribble untouched for a decade. When the accuser listed the padded jacket for sale, she did not state anywhere that the product was a damaged one. It is, by default, necessary to state if an item for sale is damaged. Also, if a damaged item is to go up for sale, it is natural to upload pictures of the said damages. So it is hard to believe that the accuser didn't leave a single picture of the jacket's damages. The product listed for sale is actually not the same model which was released when I was a middle schooler. Regarding this, the accuser clarified that she used the wrong information because she believed the two models to be the same. After the public requested the accuser to verify the actual model of the padded jacket she sold, giving her directions on how to do so, she has not since given any response. When the accuser first brought up the allegation, the accuser said that in 9th grade, she was in homeroom number 2 while I was in homeroom number 1. She insisted I was in homeroom number 1 because all the problematic kids were in homeroom number 1 led by the disciplinary teacher. I was in homeroom number 2 and my homeroom teacher was an English teacher. Also, homeroom number 1 was not a class designated for problematic kids. The accuser then couldn't remember if she was in homeroom number 2 or number 5. Her memory is obviously not reliable. The accuser mentioned I had friends in her homeroom class, so I was in the classroom often. But in 9th grade, my best friend and I were assigned the same homeroom, so I don't remember having gone to other classes to hang out. Please keep in mind that classrooms number 1 and number 2 were on the same floor, while the rest of the 9th grade classrooms were on a different floor. The accuser stated that I often went upstairs to visit, which then cannot be true. 10. All other accusations that I slapped people, stole money from them, and or made them outcasts are false. I cannot explain in detail things that are false to begin with. I have never done such things during my school days. I tried to be objective without being emotional and not to distort the truth. My statement came late not because I am dishonorable. It is because I believe, being in my position, my words have a huge effect on others, so I was trying to be careful of how I express myself. I know that every single thing I say comes with a big responsibility and a bigger impact. At the time I shared my first statement, I was already branded a bully due to a particular actress's post. As I rushed to release a statement, it came without careful construction and it eventually caused even more misunderstanding. Hence, I thought with my next statement I will need to be more thoughtful. Please note, however, I did not lie in my first statement. I knew that admitting to have smoked as a minor would be a huge blow to my career as a female idol. However, in order to be honest with everyone, I put everything on the line to admit that I have smoked a few times out of curiosity and I am aware of how big of a mistake that is. I admit that I deserve the criticism about this and I am really sorry. I have proceeded with lawsuits against all the rumors and lies and they will be dealt with by law. If the law decides there is any wrongdoing on my part, I will withdraw from the team and accept all penalties. That is a given. But I will continue to fight to reveal the truth about the things I did not do. Once again, I deeply apologize for having caused so much trouble. I will remain honest until this is all resolved. And after that she ends her statement. After that Cube Entertainment says that they will be taking strict legal actions against all the accuser for fabrication, and that is all for this video. Tell me your thoughts on this matter in the comment section below and please care to subscribe to my channel and also click on bell icon for all notifications.